Hi, I'm Jim, and this is Jim's Fix-It Shop. And I had a few people get a hold of me about how to bolt your clutch solid so it doesn't slip. There's a couple ways to do it. This is the old way I used to do it, and you can see the bolt heads are in the way of the brake lever. So if you have a single pedal machine, you can't do it this way. I did this on my old 33-inch where I had two pedals. One was supposed to be the clutch and brake, and one was just supposed to be the brake. So I changed it kind of like a car. The left pedal was strictly the clutch. I took the brake arm out. The right pedal was the brake, but it actuated the band brake on the opposite side of the chain case, which they don't put in anymore. So to do this for a single pedal machine, it was posted on YouTube on my channel, and the video number was 16. That's why if you go back, it skips from 15 to 17 now. And the title of 16 and 17 was Repairing a Snapper Clutch for a Single Pedal Machine. That's the title for 17. 16 was for a double pedal machine, and it was labeled Part 1 and Part 2. Well, apparently the people at Google that keep track of people putting multiple videos on their channel just to build up an audience deleted that for me. Wasn't that nice? So I got to redo it, I guess. And I'm going to show you how to do it for a single pedal machine. Now the first thing you have to do, you have to be able to center this clutch on this assembly. And see how this moves around? Up and down, back and forth. It's supposed, that's how they work. But you can't have this movement when you bolt it solid. You can't have it off to one side. You have to have it centered, or it will shake so bad you won't be able to use the machine. So how do you get it centered perfectly? It is so simple, it's scary. Let me tip this down a little bit more. Put your clutch disc assembly on a flat surface. You get yourself a roll of masking tape. 3/4 inch works perfect. You find the end of that. You stick it on there. Get it lined up the best you can. And you wind it around there. Now it helps if this is up on top of something, but I don't have anything as thick as what I need. That might work. That works pretty good. And you keep going around and around, and you can rip this, stick it on, and check it. Still wiggles. So you keep going until you have to push that down on there. You want it tight, or it's not going to be centered. Next, you have to drill the holes. These holes are not in your assembly. This is an old one that I made up, and I just threw it on the shelf. So now you have to drill these holes to match the holes in here. And what you're going to use, there's 5 holes on here that match up. You can see these are matching up right now. So the ones you want to use, we'll put a little mark on them. Get your clutch disc up. Let me get it over here. So you have 2 holes close together here and 2 here. The ones you want to use are these top 2. These are 5 equally spaced holes. If you use one of these other ones, not gonna hurt. 5 bolts are plenty to hold this on. Okay, now you got this all wrapped up. You want to take your clutch disc. These are 1, 2, 3 blocks. Most of them are drilled full of holes. This set is not. You set your clutch disc on there. You get yourself 3 quarter 20 nuts. And the reason we're going to do that is if you put this on here, you have to follow these holes. Let me grab a drill. You put a drill in this thin piece of sheet metal. The point of the drill is going to touch before the sides do, and it's not going to follow it. So what you want to do is flip this upside down, put your 3 quarter 20 nuts inside here, somewheres equally spaced. Then you want to drop this assembly in there and set it on those nuts. Now you want to get yourself 3 identical clamps. They have to be the same. You want to slip that on there and tighten that up. That's going to hold it so it doesn't move. I've only got 2 that's relatively close. I don't have 3. I don't use many C-clamps. Tighten them up so that it tightens up level. Don't tighten one up right away or it's going to cock the thing up. Now the reason you want identical C-clamps is you're going to flip this over on your drill press, and them are going to become legs that's going to hold this thing so you can drill it. Just make sure you don't do what I did and put the clamp over the hole that you want. Now, you can either take a drill and just start drilling through here, use these holes as a guide, or you can get yourself a set of these. These are transfer punches. I have 2 sets. This set goes up to 17/32, just over ½ inch. My other set goes from 17/32 up to 1 inch by 64ths. That was a little bit expensive. These you can pick up cheap, probably at Harbor Freight. You want to get the one that fits in there the best. This one fits pretty good. It must be, it's 5/16. That's the holes we're going to drill. And keep it straight and punch that. If it's sitting on here, it should hold it good enough if you got 3 clamps to punch them. That'll give your drill a place to start, so the drill isn't trying to walk around. Drill the holes. Then you can take this thing apart because they're not done yet. If you only got 1 pedal on your machine, you're going to have to use that brake that fits inside of here. No way you can get around it. And I don't have any 5/16 bolts that are flatheads, so I'm going to use quarter 20s just to demonstrate this. But that's a flathead screw. Now you want to take this off, back to the drill press. I buy chamfering tools. This is a standard that everybody's probably got, and they don't do a good job. They chatter like crazy. And the reason they do that is because all 6 of these teeth are exactly 60 degrees away from each other. They're equally spaced. We make these at the shop. We stagger the teeth. They cannot be equally spaced. Once you stagger them, they'll cut and they will not chatter. I buy Weldon cutters. This is what a regular one looks like. It's bigger than this one. 82 degrees. You don't want 90. This one has a pilot on the end of it. That way it goes into this hole and it lines itself up. I can't show you on this one because I already drilled them out. Then you want to go to the drill press. You're going to have to set something under here because these screws are sticking out. And you chamfer this down until these screw heads are completely flush. If you don't, your brake arm's going to catch and it's going to lock up your drivetrain. You're going to think something's bad. But you can use 1/4 inch if you want to. The only problem I had in the past with using 1/4 inch screws in these 5/16 holes, these are already drilled. This thing will start, once these loosen up a little bit, this clutch disc will start chucking back and forth. And it will continue to do that until it breaks these screws in half. Then you're going to stop. It kind of messes up these holes, and it messes up these holes. So I just went to 5/16, and I don't have a problem. Then you can put this thing together, and you can put these bolts in. Now you want to get them as short as you can, but if they stick out a little bit, it's not going to hurt anything because these stick out. That big nut sticks out. There's nothing in there for them to catch onto. I do not use standard 1/4 20 nuts. I use, they call them nylocks. They're a bigger nut and they've got nylon in the top of them and it locks them on there and they don't come loose. So that's how you do the clutch for a single pedal machine. When I title this video, I'll probably put 400 and whatever I'm at /16. So maybe people will be able to find it. I cannot go back in and insert it where it belongs. It doesn't go by my numbers the way I have my videos numbered. It goes by the date that you uploaded it. That's how their computer sorts everything. I just went back a few years ago and added numbers to every one of my videos to make it easier for you guys to find the video you want. Because if you go to video number 315 to the description section, you can upload or download, I guess, a list of all my videos and the numbers. I am the only one that I know of that number all of my videos. I've had other people that I've watched and I say, hey, you said you had a video that shows how to do this. Where is it? And well, it's in with my videos. You just have to look for it. Well, what if he has 450 videos? You know, how long is that going to take you to find that? Mine, you can look at your list, find the number you want, go to my channel, zip to it, and watch it. I made this channel to help you, not to frustrate you even further. So if you have any questions or comments, send me an email. But send them to Jim's Fix-It Shop, because the ones that you put in the description goes to the J&R Woodworking 2 email, and for some reason I cannot answer them emails. It won't let me, it just keeps kicking back a little message that says server issues and comment cannot be sent. And I'm trying to have someone work on that, but so far nobody's figured out how to fix it. Okay, one last thing I have to tell you. When you take your assembly apart, you won't need your cover plate anymore. You won't need this thrust washer. But what you will need is the 4 nuts that you took off to get your cover plate off. You do have to put them back on, because this assembly is in 2 pieces. This metal outer part you're bolting your clutch disc to is separate from this center aluminum piece. That just slides on there. And if you don't put them nuts back on, it will come apart and your machine will quit working. So that's basically what you have to do to make your clutch solid. So until next time, work safe, have fun, and I'll talk to you soon. So long.